What is going on, everyone? We will give people a couple minutes to jump inside of here. What's up? What's up? I know it's going to be lagging a little bit. I have a bunch of tabs open on another window, so it's probably a little bit slow. But that's all good. Wanted to jump on here. If anyone has any questions, I want to let this be a little bit bigger, whether it's business or personal. I know I've been switching a little bit, talking about some more questions that people have been asking me a lot, just on Instagram and YouTube. So switching a little bit, talking about some of that stuff, personal struggles, business struggles, all of that. So what's going on, everyone? Thomas, what's up? David, Yusuf. How many people inside of here were on one of the live streams? Either today, which we actually just wrapped up a few hours ago, or yesterday. I know the comments are a little bit delayed. But let me know who was on there. I got everything opened up here. I'm going to go through and I'm going to write out the questions that we get asked. Any of the really good questions. So you guys can take a picture of it, screenshot it, whatever, and just kind of have a reference point for it. So if anyone has questions, that's what this is going to be based around. I guess I'm just going to show this back end. I don't really know where else to write it. Mario, what's going on? Carlo, Connor, you're on there. Hitting it for me. Dinah, that's what's up. Boom, boom. Best for Q4 performance for Ecom. I'm doing a lot of stuff where I'm migrating more into branding. So it's partially because I got bored of building regular Ecom stores, but at the same time, that's actually a really good question. We'll just put Q4. A lot of the stuff that I'm focusing on is like bigger picture. Let me put long term for you, okay? And I'll put in parentheses branding, okay? And the reason that I'm doing this, it's partially because dropshipping, I don't want to say it's ever getting saturated because it's still simple to make money with the regular store. But why would you want to put in a ton of work when you can do a little bit more work? So sure, of course, it's more work on the front end, but then you have something that's going to last you like 6 months or 12 months or multiple years. You know, if you guys were on the live stream I did earlier today it wasn't on YouTube, but one of the screenshots I showed was of exactly that with long term. I showed one of the stores done just over $500,000 so far this year, just one of the stores, and that's like a longer term store, you know. So it's really, really cool to see that. 20 watches in stock. Hector, so did you actually go through and like order them? Because I personally don't carry any inventory. And so I want to also officially announce this on YouTube. I should have put a screenshot. You guys will see it tomorrow. In tomorrow's video, check this out if you're not going to get in right now, because I go through and show you every single piece that's in there. But for the people who are on the live stream, after 5 months, first of all, yes, the regular e-commerce program, the HSD program, has been closed for almost 2 months now. So everyone wanting to get in there, there's a different structure in place now. So that was just a course. Now there's a full program that has a lot of other things. I'm going to be giving my YouTube family access to what the people on the live stream were able to get as well. So I left that link down below. If it's not working, refresh this page. But you guys can go check that out. There's so much different content inside of there. Literally walks you through everything, but it really is focusing on the high-level Facebook ads. So like Hector said, and whoever asked this question on Q4, there's a reason we're doing longer-term stuff. Okay, so that's what's really working extremely well right now. How to scale from influencers. Here's the thing. This is actually a really good question. Let's also let's write this one down too. Okay, so influencers is something that I personally don't do now, and there's a reason. Okay, we're going to talk about scale, but there's actually a really, really good reason. So if you already have data and you're making money, I think you just said $3,000 to $4,000 a day with influencers. You need to take that data to Facebook. Like, forget Instagram. So you might still be making money off that. Keep doing it. You know, if you have a good, somewhat automated structure in place with that, run with it. But I'm telling you, Facebook is where you're going to be able to not only scale it, but make consistent money. So there's ways we can scale influencers directly. You can do what's called stacking, pay them in advance, and, you know, schedule out as you use them more and more. Say, okay, let me pay you for 2 right now, and we'll schedule them, and then 5, and then 10. Eventually, you know, you're like a month or 2 scheduled out with each influencer. So I know people who just do influencers and they work 1 day a month and then they have everything scheduled for the rest of the month. So it just depends on what you want to do. Personally, I focus on Facebook. Okay, so that's huge. How do you get your Facebook, how do you scale your Facebook lookalike ads? So whenever I'm scaling ads in general, I'm very, very rarely scaling something that's not a lookalike. So that's just the regular process. So when you jump inside of the 2.0, Ecom Remastered 2.0, that's going to be in the 3rd and 4th module for you. So you're going to go through actually the extremities module talks about lookalikes themselves, but there's an entire scaling section in a video inside of there. So scaling is definitely huge because what I talk about in there is a lot of people end up scaling too early, too late, or not at all. So you also need to understand when to scale. And how do you scale? Are you duplicating? Are you raising the budget? Is that daily? Is it a lifetime budget? Are you raising it every day? By how much? You know, all that stuff. So there's a lot of variables that go into every single thing. Boom. So yeah, if anyone has any other questions, be more than happy to give you guys access to that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else, people. We had a lot of different questions on the live stream. I actually went through and stayed on for like 30 to 45 minutes. Super, super cool. So if you guys have other questions, feel free to drop them in. Anything about your ads, would love to help you out inside of there. Boom, boom. Ooh, this is we got a couple of good ones here. Okay, we got two. My projects, I'm gonna ask what I'm working on. And then store around a winning product. Okay, this is a great question. Someone said they have a store, no, they have a winning product and they're wondering if they should build a store around it. I would say yes, because here's the thing. I don't build a store because I like a niche. I don't say, let me go into the fashion niche or the technology space. I have a specific product in mind that I want to sell, right? So that's what I'm running with. So if you already have one of those, go ahead, build out the store, but add on other products as well. That's what's called a filler product. A lot of other products on there, and then just focus on marketing that one. So yeah, if you have a winning product, you got to test it. The only way you're going to truly know if it's a winner is if you go ahead and test it out. So that's huge. So yeah, build store, have filler products. Okay, the building the store should take you 1 day. You should just bang it out a couple hours. Now, my projects, a lot of people, I guess, ask about that. That's a great question. I'm working on a lot of different stuff with e-commerce, bigger picture stuff. I just got done after the last 5 months wrapping up the e-commerce 2.0. That was something where I took a lot more time with it. You know, I spent a lot of time, I don't know if you guys can see in the background, like the whiteboard, there's one there, there's another one back around the corner. I mapped everything out, so I didn't just sit down and record. I made sure I hit on every single point. It's in a specific order, as those of you who are already in there see, and it's just badass, first of all. But I flew in 3 other people as well. And so the people who are in there and jump in this weekend when I'm first opening it, get immediate access to the 3 different modules that are unlocked. And I have 3 different people who are not experts on e-commerce, experts on individual things, very hyper focused stuff. So I was working on that. That's why I didn't rush it. I let it take like 5 months, actually a little bit more. And now I'm just working on a lot more stuff with e-com, building out brands. So super fun. Pulling an all-nighter, Zane set up to purchase 2.0. Boom! Zane, just make sure you go there. I'm sure you already know because you saw the pre-module. Make sure you go through that in order. Oh, this is a good one. When are you going to pick the people for the site building team? Okay, so this is a good question. A lot of people, you reached out from, if you did, one of 2 things I posted on my Instagram. I'm offering to buy different Shopify stores, and I'm also having people build me stores. I sent every person the same list of products, and I'm seeing whose is the best. I've been crazy busy with finishing up everything for 2.0, making sure the students are good to go and have everything they need. I will be getting back to that. I believe one of my VAs has probably already reached out to you just through email to collect all the information. They went through and put that in a spreadsheet for me. I'm going to be looking at that this week. So I've been crazy busy with stuff, literally 30 minutes, which is why we jumped on this live stream like 2 minutes late. Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago, I realized I have to go up to LA in the morning in like 12 hours. So I got a ton of stuff to finish up, but I wanted to jump on here, answer any questions, help people out, and also let you guys know on YouTube that the 2.0 program did drop. And I'm telling you, it's badass. And if you don't like it, you go through it, use it, like give a wholehearted effort, just get your money back. It's as simple as that. What would be the net profit from one of your stores? I wish I could go through and just insert a photo, but you guys would see all my other stuff from stores. Usually what I'm seeing is never below 30%, but usually I fall in the range of 40 to 50. So I get really good margins on what I do because of the way I do my ads. It has nothing to do with the product price point. So a lot of people end up overspending on their ads, which is fine because you can still make money. But I consider a really good profit margin 45 to 50%. A healthy is 40. Anything under that can be improved. So yeah, let me write that down for you. Margin targets. A lot of people have different perceptions. I know one person commented on one of my videos saying, you'll be lucky if you get 10%. I'm like, I put in the clapping emoji and I said, idiot comment of the month goes to you. Let's say 40% and above is healthy. 50% plus is great. 30% or lower can be improved, okay? That's definitely something I stick by, you know, and it's never like, okay, if I'm not making more than 20% or 30% or 40, I'm gonna kill the store. It's just, those are targets I set in mind because I know I can reach them. It comes down to optimizing the ads. So it'll take a little while to get, you know, to a 50% point or 40%, but it's still a fairly quick process. It's just in the webinar. Took a lot of notes, but damn, you go too fast. Yeah, we move quick, but that'll all be outlined for you. You're going to get way more than that in the 2.0. It's about to blow up. 400,000. Boom, there you go. Scale of Facebook. Best way to find winning products. So if you weren't inside the live, I talked and I really stressed about modeling what other people are doing and being able to build off of, not steal and not copy, what your successful competitors are already doing. So looking on Facebook and finding the most engaged posts that have a ton of likes, ton of comments, ton of shares, all of that. And then you go and backtrack the orders over on AliExpress. So if there's not a listing of at least a very similar product, ideally the same, on AliExpress with a good amount of orders, then it's probably not doing too well. Maybe they're not drop shipping or doing it off AliExpress, but still, you're going to want to look at all of that. So that's huge. But, there's a lot of different stuff. I feel like, at least from the store standpoint, people focus and put too much of an importance on that. And let me tell you right now, it is very important that you have a very good-looking store. Okay, and I'm now pushing more into like the branded way. So, a really good branded store. But a lot of people spend 2 weeks on that, or they're focusing so much on that never market. Like I said on the live, I actually did a test where I made a not so good looking store with a good product just to test the marketing, and it worked. It really comes down to the marketing. You're just going to get better conversions with a better store, obviously. So, huge. Oh, this is a good one. Good question. Seasonal products. Are they worth it? Okay. I've had a lot of people, and this is kind of funny. Some people like 3 weeks ago, I think summer officially ended like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't really keep up with that stuff. Oh, shoot. But they said, I'm thinking about starting a summer store. And it's pretty much the end. If you're going to build a store that's around a season, you can do that. Just know it's not going to be long term. So I wouldn't have that be your only store. That would not be the first store that I make. Okay, unless your other products can be seasonal as well for every season. So you're going to want to make sure you start it at least a month before that season like officially starts, because you have to start getting traction and build the data, because you only get like a 3-month window of really good sales. So it'll trickle off, on and off on the front and back end, but you want to make sure you can really be going hard and already be in the scale phase. So just know it's short term, which in my opinion should have been obvious, but definitely think about that, because a lot of people get confused. You build one store, just know that going in. It's not necessarily a bad thing. How many Google Docs documents do you have? Over 1,000 documents? Of course, over 1,000. Who are the best suppliers? Suppliers, I don't have one person where I just go to for every product. Depends on what I'm doing. I find the best ones based on AliExpress. I go through that. There's actually a whole video on finding the right suppliers right after the product research video inside 2.0. So make sure you get the right ones, because it's kind of funny. I've had a lot of different headaches. This is more in the beginning stages, because now I know what to look for. But imagine this. You're getting like 1,000 orders. Like you have 1,000 orders sitting. You're getting like a few hundred a day. And your supplier runs out of inventory, and they say they can't make more fast enough. And there's not, imagine this. I've had that happen where then I just switch to another person and send them the orders. But imagine where you're doing it in a very interesting niche where there's not really another supplier. Nobody else who has that much inventory. What do? Trust me, it's the biggest headache. It's the worst thing you can run into. Aside from that, sometimes they'll try and jack up the prices on you. And if there's nobody else there, you can't say, oh, I'm going to go to your competitor, because there is nobody. So, yeah, they can be rude, honestly. Nestor, what's up? Brian is 2.0 for beginners. So 2.0, the whole Ecom Remastered 2.0 structured, it's focused on high-level / high-income marketing. So it talks about other things. I dumb it down. I bring you guys from the base all the way to the end. But it's not like the very beginning stages. This is why I make this YouTube channel. You guys can find all that other stuff on here, okay? For the most part. So like building a store, you can find that on YouTube. Doing all that stuff. So this is the marketing. This is what will actually make you money. And it's more than just the marketing, of course. It's high-level stuff. So, really in-depth product research and everything you need that you can't find for free. So you can find everything for free, but it's going to be the most surface layer general stuff, So that's why it has a very specific focus. But to answer your question, yeah, you'll definitely see success in there. You just scale from view content, ATC purchase. You skipped initiate checkout. So there's 4 different layers to my ads and 16 different subcategories inside of there. So you'll be seeing that in module 3, 4, and a little bit of 5 when we talk about the extremities. inside of 2.0. So there is a very specific sequence, but I don't just scale from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. You know, I'm going to be testing, sending out little micro tests with lower budgets, some with lifetime budgets, and really just trying to see what's working. So there's kind of a criteria you can follow along. I give you like a little map. So you got to look at your data because it's primarily predicated around the data that's on your pixel. Boom, boom. Cold calling. Not fun. I've done it. I've done door-to-door sales too. Shit sucks. Great skill though. What was that question someone just had in there? I just missed it. Let me find it. I want to find it. Answer someone's question. Flex or stacking? Great question. So a lot of people ask when it comes to Facebook specifically. There's different times where we do both. Flex versus stacking. Okay, so primarily I do flex targeting just because I not only have the budget, which has nothing to do with bragging, that's just my strategy. I'm willing to spend the money to do that. Because if you're going to be stacking, and then let's say it works, you're like, yes, it worked, but now you're screwed a little bit because you have to go through either way and now run the same duplicate with those individual interests to see what worked. So you're kind of spending the money either way. But there's different reasons we do different things. So I primarily do flex. There are situations where I'll do stacking. I do a lot of sequences with certain stuff. If I'm stacking, I'm also doing narrowing and excluding. So there's a whole sequence behind that. Huge. Custom conversions, if you're doing a general store, 100%. Always. Okay. That's huge. So there's a lot of different stuff. And you can look back on the channel. I'm what, like 300 or 400 videos in. Let me check real quick. There's been a lot of videos on here. So we talk about a ton of different stuff. You know, obviously there's things that don't go on YouTube, but you know, YouTube's a lot of great surface level information. Let me actually check out how many videos we have. If anyone knows, let me know. Social Blade. I'm pretty sure we're almost at like 350 or 400, which is kind of crazy to think about. Boom, boom. Should I start with a niche or general? I personally always go niche, okay? That's a great question. And the reason being is very simple, okay? Your pixel. So not only you can avoid the jumbled data by setting up custom conversions, which just waste your time overall, but your email list. That's huge. And you know, there's little ways to segment it and stuff, but I don't like dealing with it all jumbled, and I would rather have separate stores for the individual niches that are working. So if you're using a general store, here's what I recommend. I see a lot of people testing multiple products inside of a general store, but those products they're testing are inside the same niche. What you want to do is figure out the best product in each one and then test every niche that's on your store. And immediately within like 3 or 4 days, based on whatever's getting more momentum, immediately kill all the other stuff and just narrow your store to that one niche. Super quick. So yeah, custom conversions. A lot of stuff with that. Huge. 397 videos. Yeah, we're about to be 400. That's crazy. Absolutely unreal. Still build stores via Shopify templates or programmers HTML. It's paid themes, so not really the free ones. How long will the program be open for? You guys will be able to have access to that until Sunday. Okay, so but if you guys want to go through and get the bonus, I haven't really mentioned anything like that. I'm going to be sending you 2 winning products every single month. That's a service I normally charge $347 a month for. And I'm just sending you 2 products, but I'm not just sending you the products. And I also, inside all the content, of course, I show you exactly how to do the product research. But I send you the reason why I chose it, you know, the trending information on it, also the targeted price points, the ideal suppliers, examples of the ad copy, the description points you need to hit, as well as the potential Facebook ad targeting for it. So I go through as if I'm going to set it up for myself and then send that to you. So that inside of there is just one of the many things. So yeah, for those of you just jumping in, it's linked right down below in the top link. If you guys want to secure your spot. I knocked it down. It was originally going to be $997. It's going to be $2,000, but it was originally going to be $997 until the day, like 3 hours before I opened it on the first live. So like I said, I'm going to make it attainable for the first people who are jumping in. It's really that simple. Government's killing ePacket. Yeah, I'm always curious. I never take a stance on anything until it's definitive. Ever. How do you not run out of ideas for YouTube videos? Here's my thing. I know a lot of people like kind of claim that other people copy and they're like, oh, you know, you copied him. I've never had that happen to me because I've never like looked at someone else's channel because I didn't have an idea and say, I need to make this. I've looked at other people's channels, but I make videos because I do stuff like this. And I do Instagram lives all the time. And I read through all my comments, all my YouTube comments, and I see exactly what people are struggling with. So for right now, I know that a Q&A is the best possible situation for you for 2 reasons. You're getting help with your direct question. I know, I'm sorry, there's a lot of people in here, I can't answer every single one. But now also, I'm getting ideas on what I need to talk about based on the questions I'm getting. So if that makes sense, that's how I've really structured YouTube. It's not really difficult. You know, I pretty much talked about most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about for e-commerce. So now it's more so solving people's direct problems. How to make $1 million. Simple, $83,000 a month. It's about $2,700 a day. The key is consistency. You know, I've had things that make me $10,000 in a day or $20,000, $30,000, but then it's like nothing for multiple weeks and then again. And I'd rather have consistency, you know? Like, I don't know. For me, it just puts me in a positive mood when I'm making money every day. That's why I love ecom versus literally any other business, because it can be that consistent. At least it's every day. You know, I don't like. For me, I wouldn't want to build a company, like have my only income be like I'm broke for 2 years, build a company, bam, sell it for 20 million, and just have one payout. You know, I like to be on the employee salary, I guess you could say. Just a noob right now, only learning. Ben, it's not a problem. We all start somewhere. We all start somewhere. So definitely just focus on that. Can print on demand work? Yeah, people make a lot of money with print on demand. The thing is, it's the marketing. So aside from the product, if you're creating your own product with print on demand, you have to really know that it's going to work. But the only way you're going to know is by testing it. So again, comes back to the marketing. That's why 2.0 is focused on that. That's really what it comes back to. That's the center. It's like the product and that. Like what you're offering, these are the center, and there's all the other bullshit around it. So I hope that makes sense. If anyone has any last minute questions, I got to jump off because I'm going to LA in a few hours. Means gross profit 83 a month. Yeah, I mean that would be, you know, he didn't say if you want to make $1 million a year revenue or profit, gross, net, anything like that. So it really just depends. Should you start a store around fashion? Fashion is typically known as one of the hardest niches, one of the most expensive to acquire a customer. That being said, if you know the marketing and you know how to structure what you're selling to build your pixel, you can do extremely well. For example, just give you a quick example, I've done multiple things in the women's fashion niche. Not saying if I still do or not, but one of the things, I sold a piece of jewelry to people who are interested in all these other brands who are buying higher ticket clothing for like 30, 40, 50, 60, $100. So I sold them something a little bit cheaper, and like, you know, it's 10, 15 bucks free plus shipping, got all that data on my pixel, and then started running ads for the other products. So I flip-flopped that data, and then it started working really well. So it's just one little piece of it. Hope that helped. Come hang with me in LA. No, I'm actually going to this Wiz Khalifa party, exclusive after party at night on Saturday. So going up there, linking up with a few people. You guys are going to get to meet one of my students. I don't know if he's the top. I don't think revenue-wise, there's someone making almost 7 figures a month. But this guy right now, he's in LA, rented a Porsche and a Tesla just to be in LA. He owns 2 Porsches and an M4. It's crazy. I watched him blow up from nothing. So going to do a video with him. You guys are going to get to see his process. He's from the UK or Sweden or somewhere. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Later, you can screenshot this real quick if you want. Again, feel free to ask any other questions on YouTube. I do my best to look at all the comments. If you're posting on a video that's a couple days back, usually I don't get to it for a while. But posting on the most recent, would love to help you out. Other than that, if you're not inside Ecom Remaster 2.0, I'm going to leave the link. It's still at the top link. It should be the top link for you inside the YouTube video. Price point's going to be going up soon. You guys are getting a lot more than just the library of content, plus the 3 separate modules from 3 people I flew out here to California just to film videos on what they do to help you guys. So it's 5.5 months in the works. Super excited for it. Dropped it at a very attainable price point. Eyes of Mav owns 2 Bentleys. That's what's up. There you go. You better be making M's a month to validate that. Other than that, everyone, hope you all have an amazing day. Take care.